Class 4 Science Chapter 1. Hello students, I'm your science teacher Sukanya ma'am, assistant teacher of Barakpur Senate Public Higher Secondary School. Today we will discuss about soil. How is soil formed? In the beginning, the earth was covered with rocks. Heat from the sun heated the earth's surface and the rain cooled it. As a result, rocky surface cracked. बहुत साल पहले जो अर्थ था वो रॉक से कवर्ड था और सन की हीट और बारिश से वो क्रैक हो गया था. The wind and flowing water winded the cracks. With time, the rocks broke into pieces. जो rocks था वो छोटे छोटे pieces में divide हो गया था. Gradually, the pieces of rocks changed into pebbles, sand and clay. Thus, soil was formed. Then tiny plants grew and their remains mixed with soil. उसके बाद छोटे छोटे जो प्लांट्स हैं वो ग्रीव करने लगे सॉइल के ऊपर और उसका जो रिमेन पार्ट था वो भी सॉइल में मिक्स्ड होने लगे. लेटर एनिमल्स appeared and their remains too mixed with the soil. उसके बहुत बाद एनिमल्स आए और उनके भी जो रिमेन्स बॉडी होते थे वो सॉइल में मिक्स्ड हो जाता था. The topmost layer on the surface of the earth is mostly covered with soil. It is made up of pebbles, sand, clay, and remains of plants and animals. The soil that you see around you has taken thousands of years to form. If you visit a seashore, you will see that it is covered with fine sands. This is because the powerful sea waves are all the time breaking pieces of rocks and seashells into tiny pieces. What does soil contain? The pebbles in the soil sink to the bottom because they are the heaviest. Pebbles जो होते हैं वो सबसे हेवी होते हैं इसलिए वो नीचे चले जाते हैं. The sand in the soil settles above the pebbles. जो sand रहते हैं वो pebbles के ऊपर चले जाते हैं and the fine clay settles above the sand. और fine clay sand के ऊपर चला जाता है. Humus, that is the remains of plants and animals, which is very light. वो बहुत हल्का होता है and floats on the surface of the water. The amount of pebbles, sand, clay and humus in the soil is not same everywhere. It changes from place to place. इसीलिए different places में different type की soil हमें मिलता है. Soil that is rich in humus is very fertile as it holds lots of nutrients. Soil has spaces between the pebbles and sand particles. ये जो गैप रहता है वो पानी से भर जाता है. इसीलिए जब हम पानी डालते हैं सॉइल में बबल्स निकल के आता है। Soil stores water. When it rains, some water seeps under the ground and is stored in the soil. Water stored in the soil is absorbed by the roots of plants. Soil cleans rainwater as it seeps through its layers. Soil organisms. Soil organisms live on plant and animal remains, and they release nutrients into the soil, making it fertile. Many kinds of small living things called microorganisms live in the soil. माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स बहुत ही छोटे होते हैं जिनको हम खाली आँख से नहीं देख पाते हैं. We need microscope to see them. তো আমাদের মাইক্রোস্কোপ চাই মাইক্রোঅর্গানিজমসদের দেখার জন্য. Many insects like termites, ants and worms like earthworm live in the soil. Earthworms are most important soil organisms. Earthworm হচ্ছে কেঁচো. কেঁচো সবচেয়ে important soil organisms. Earthworms eat soil and decaying plant material and thus help in loosening and mixing of the soil. Some soil organisms like snails and beetles are harmful for plants. Now we will discuss about the types of soil. First one is sandy soil. Sandy soil is made up of sand. It is light in color and is coarse. Sand grains form large spaces between particles. Hence, water drains rapidly through it. জল তাড়াতাড়ি বেরিয়ে যায় sandy soil থেকে. This is why sandy soil does not hold water and is not suitable for plant growth. Sandy soil प्लांट की ग्रोथ के लिए अच्छी नहीं है बिकॉज वो पानी को पकड़ के नहीं रख पाता है. Clay soil. Clay soil is smooth and grey in colors. It contains high amount of clay. The clay particles are very small with very little space between them. इसीलिए पानी बहुत जल्दी clay soil से नहीं निकल पाता. This is why clay soil remains waterlogged when it rains. Clay soil में बहुत कम air रहता है. Most kinds of plants do not grow well in clay soil because plant root को ज़्यादा air नहीं मिलता इसीलिए. Loamy soil. This type of soil has equal amount of sand and clay and is rich in humus. तो इस सॉइल में सैंड एंड क्ले का अमाउंट इक्वल रहता है. इसका कलर डार्क ब्राउन होता है. Loamy soil is very fertile. It does not get waterlogged, but it holds water long enough for the roots of the plant to absorb. This type of soil is therefore good for most kind of plants. तो ये सॉइल मोस्ट ऑफ द प्लांट की ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है. Now we will discuss about few terms. First one is humus. Humus formed by the decomposition of leaves and other plant materials by soil microorganisms. Soil organism, leaves and plants এর কিছু পার্টকে পচাতে সাহায্য করে আর এভাবেই হিউমাস তৈরি হয়. Natural or man-made material added to soil to improve the growth of the plant are called fertilizers. ফার্টিলাইজার হলো সার যা উদ্ভিদ বা গাছে দেওয়া হয় এবং এটি উদ্ভিদ বা গাছের বৃদ্ধিতে সাহায্য করে. प्लांट की ग्रोथ में मदद करता है फर्टिलाइजर्स. प्लांट वेस्ट, काउ डंग एंड सीवेज आर कॉल्ड मैन्योर. Cultivation of crops. Most of our food is obtained from plants. The process of growing plants in a systematic manner in large numbers in fields is called agriculture. The type of soil, availability of water and climate of a place decide the crop that are grown in a region. Paddy, wheat, sunflower, bajra, fruits and vegetables, groundnut, sugarcane. These are some common crops that grown in India. Paddy and wheat grow well in clay soil. Paddy requires plenty of water while wheat and bajra requires less water. Some crops grow in summer while others grow in winter. In our country, growing crop is dependent on rainfall. Irrigation. In our country, most places receive rainfall for 3 to 4 months in a year. This is not adequate to grow crops throughout the year. River water is stored in dams and reservoirs. जो नदी के पानी है वो डैम्स में एंड रिजर्वर में स्टोर करके रखते हैं and is then diverted through canals to fields. Providing waters to fields through man-made methods is called irrigation. Deep irrigation is a method of irrigation that provides water to the plants drop by drop. Drip irrigation saves water. Deep irrigation पानी को सेव करने में मदद करता है. Students, try to recall what we have learned today. First, the soil that covers the surface of the earth has taken thousands of years to form. Soil is made up of pebbles, sand, clay, water and air. Soil can be sandy, clayey or loamy. Loamy soil with lots of humus is good for plant growth. Cultivation of crops are dependent on the type of soil, availability of water and climate of a region. Hope you all understand this chapter. Thank you, students.